Hey, what's up, guys? Your boy Jason coming at you one more again. The topic of the day is TLR announced a racer contingency program. Um, what it is they're going to give you a chance if you run a TLR car with Proline tires and the Spectrum radio. They're going to give you a chance to win some money at some of these big races. Some of these races, I'll post a link down below of the link, but they have a list of like the big races that they're paying out to, and I guess it's like the number of entries and where you place. But what you have to do is you have to have a podium picture of you on at the race that's on the list in the class that they list, and you gotta have a TLR decal on the side of your car with a TLR car, a Proline decal or AKA decal, or you gotta have your Spectrum radio in your hand or a Spectrum decal inside the car. Also, you gotta be wearing a TLR or Proline shirt on your podium picture. And after that, you got so many days to send your podium picture and your race results in a TLR. And they have the link that I'm post down below that it's gonna break down what they pay at each one of these races. But you have so many days to turn in your results into TLR to get the money that they're gonna, break down and give to racers. So for a guy like me that's a privateer, unsponsored, 100% unsponsored, it gives me a chance to go to these races and actually win some money, to support what I do. Also talking about support, go check out my shirts, Racer Till I Die, RcVitals, Win to Learn, Never Lose. Check that out. And then like and subscribe on my YouTube, hit that notification button. Talk about support, but for somebody like me, that is really good. I ain't gonna toot my own horn, but I will. I have made some A mains at some races, bumped into them and whatnot. Yeah, I'm a Johnny come lately, but at the last minute, I could like pull it out and either qualify for an A, sometimes qualify for an A or bump to an A. But it's good for somebody like me, that's, like I said, doing 100% out of pocket. Also, this is going to be good for the hobby stores. So what this is going to do is it's going to encourage people to go in and buy TLR cars, Proline tires, AKA tires, Spectrum radio, and it's just going to drive the hobby store business just through the roof that carries TLR parts. And I'm starting to notice it too. Like before they even announced this program, the hobby stores that I've been to, I'm starting to see that the TLR wall is bigger than the other brand's wall. I'm starting to see that in the hobby stores I'm going into, but this is nothing but just going to drive it higher. All right, this is also my 2 cents, just me personally. From what I see is, I think TLR and Horizon, I'm not spokesperson for them. This is my channel only, but I think they're just going into a new direction where they had so many drivers and stuff that were sponsored but not active, or sponsored and they raced 3 races a year, and they just wasn't active, or they're saying they're good, but here's a chance now to prove how good you are. So uh as Macho Man says, the cream rise to the top. Here's a chance to show them your worth now. So that's just my 2 cents. I think that's what they done, because man, it was a lot of TLR drivers, I guess, that lost their ride. But like I said, some of them were just like inactive and some wasn't inactive. um some of them were pretty good. uh but for whatever reason they lost their ride. But here's the chance to, now you can prove your worth. Now you can put the work in. And another reason that I say it's good for hobby stores and tracks is now you're going to see a lot of TLR drivers at the local scene putting in work and practicing and trying new stuff and research and all that. So what it is no more having, 20 guys at the local track sponsored by TLR, and that's all they race is their local track, and not really helping the hobby store out, and not really, some help the race scene out, but some don't. They're not really active in like hitting the big races. So no more, like I said, no more having, I guess, the local sponsor guys. But that's just my 2 cents. That doesn't reflect, this video is not reflecting TLR or Horizon or anybody. Like I said, I'm 100% privateer, but that's where I think it's going to be great. So now we hit a new era to where this sport can grow. I don't know why it's taken this long. So maybe other companies will follow suit with the contingency program, and now it's gonna take off. I've seen the whole contingency thing with motocross, motocross dirt bike racing, whatever you want to call it. I've seen privateers pretty much live a nomadic lifestyle, traveling to races for contingency money. And I'm talking like paying off motorcycles, bikes, track time, travel, just off of contingency money from the bike manufacturers. So I've seen it work. I mean, could you imagine if you didn't have to walk into a dealership to buy a motorcycle? You just go straight to the manufacturer, or, say the guys are getting factory help, but they wasn't buying any parts from the local dealers or the motorcycle shops. Like, granted, there was guys sponsored by these motorcycle manufacturers, but when you're out there in the field, you had to go buy parts from the dealership and stuff like that. So, but bring it back to my point is, if they only bought from the manufacturer, motorcycle manufacturer, straight direct through them, like RC Racing, you would have motorcycle shops close up left and right. And that's what we seen, or what we see and seen in the hobby thus far. So by creating a program like this will bring it back to the hobby store. So as I keep going back to the hobby store, and shop your local hobby store, support your local hobby store. So that is the side that, I see, and I see why they're doing it. So it's just gonna grow the sport. Now the only downside I see, I told you all the good. Now the only downside I see is uh lack of information sharing amongst the inter-team guys, sponsor guys. It's gonna be lack of information sharing. Stuff's gonna be secretive. This is just what my 2 cents and just what I see. And it's gonna be like, why help the guy beside of you? It might take money away and will take money away from you. So I think it's gonna break up the pits and stuff like that. And you know, but this is just, like I said, that's what I see. You ain't gonna see team people sitting together, or team, like I said, teammates sitting together, because hey, you're going against that person to win. So I think it's gonna probably bust up the clicks. But yeah, lack of information sharing. Like, if you got an edge over somebody, hey, you keep that to yourself. That's just the bad side I see. Okay, in conclusion, you know, this is gonna bring money into the sport, and like I said, I hope other teams follow this and do the same, because money attracts attention, and attention attracts money, and maybe that can bring outside sponsorship. So the sport will grow to where it's not just RC companies, it's other companies, it's other brands. So that's just in conclusion of my 2 cents. Like I said, go out. I'll post a link down below to my merch. Check my merch, Racer Till I Die, and I'll post a link down to the race program. Check it out for yourself. But if you see me at the track, come say what's up. Just average guy, privateer, just like y'all. But yeah, this is a good thing. It's a dawn of a new era in RC racing. But anyway, guys, see you at the races.